with the crew, come take a pic. Just watch for the cows, cause they might kick. With the crew, come take a pic. Just watch for the cows, cause they might kick. We've got the hay. There we go, that's better. Here come the goats. Good morning. There's no slowing. They've got the kids in tow. Come on and see the show. The pigs will slop and roosters crow. It's our hometown rodeo. Excitement never stops while the animals jump and hop. Join the show just after 7. Watch us in our animal heaven. Wake up with goats and chicks. Come feed the cows all their grain mix. Join the show just after 7. She's such a nerd. Take a head count, 9, 10, 11. With the crew, come take a pic. Just watch for the cows, cause they might kick. Nom, 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 nom. She's so... Yeah. Nights get cold in Pennsylvania. Snuggle with the goats, I can't blame ya. The pigs huddle in hay and hide away till May. Hope is here with all her friends. Around the farm, work never ends. We keep the garden green with the goats to eat the weeds. Join the show just after 7. Watch us in our animal heaven. She's just hilarious. Wake up with goats and chicks. Come feed the cows all their grain mix. Join the show just after 7. Take a head count, 9, 10, 11. With the crew, come take a pic. Just watch for the cows, cause they might kick. Oh boy. Well, there you go. That is the slowest eater on the farm. The slowest eater on the farm. Yes, I found my phone. Oh. Now what? Millie, come eat. Millie, come eat. Come on. Eat your food. Millie. Yeah. Oh, she's... Good morning, everybody. How are you? Hi, Millie. Come on. Come say hi. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Hi. Oh my goodness. You pretty girl. Oh, you pretty girl. Hi. Oh. You want my love? You want my love? Look how squishy you are. Look how squishy. All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Justin here, Steinmetzfamilyfarm. It's bright out. It's bright. Joelle, what you doing? Joelle wants a muffin. Should we give Joelle a muffin? I think so. I think so. You know, other goats are gonna come running when I give her one. Little by little, here they come. Frosty gets one. Bambi, come on. Let's go, Bambi. Bambi gets one. Nellie gets some. Oh, Nellie didn't get hers. Come here, Nellie. Come on. Where's your face at?
little silver than the other ones. Ellie, Ellie, come here. Well, Bambi got 2. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Good morning, everybody. How is you? How is you doing? It's Tuesday morning. I took yesterday off. You wouldn't have seen me on a live stream yesterday morning, or during the day, or probably at all during any time of the day on this channel. I was not live. I did a live stream last night on the Goat Father. There was some angel watching happening. My phone was in the Argo. My phone was in the back of the Argo. That's where it was. Yeah. So I had to retrace my steps, and that's where I found it. Good times. I is doing fine. That's good. I'm glad you is doing fine. I is doing fine too. I drove about an hour last night to pick up some goats. So I have 10 new goats here on the farm, and I will bring you guys in to see them in just a second. Yeah. Just wait for a few more people to hop on. Oh, listen, we were tired. We were tired and we were exhausted. That 4 days is not that bad if the heat wasn't so bad. The heat got us. We did the Eastern PA Homesteading Festival. And it used to be the Kutztown Folk Festival, but it was a lot. We bit off a lot because we tried to do the archery lane. I tried to do seminars. We tried to have the goat snuggling. So we did a lot of different things. So we were busybodies. But it wasn't so much that we did a lot. It was just hot. It was hot. It was exhausting. I don't know. Here, Pep, you want one? We couldn't have done it without our awesome volunteers. We had a lot of volunteers, so that was very cool. So thank you, my volunteers. I think Lauren put something together special for you guys, like a painting with the goats thing coming up here in the future. Rain wants one. Look at her. Look at Rain. I told you they would all come over. Hank wants one. Destiny wants one. Grace wants one. Mama Anna wants one. Nellie never got hers. Kind of got it. Joelle, you can have 2. Lauren's foot's a little swollen. She stood on it for a very long time. Painting with the goats is going to be a blast. Yeah, it's like, should it be called painting with the goats or like drinking with the goats? Because I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun. I saw on there it says, bring your own bottle. I can only imagine what kind of shenanigans you're going to have. Last night was fun, but I'm so tired this morning. Yeah, we went on to Big E's Auto last night. I was one of you guys. I don't normally hop on the chat and become the heckler of the group. Well, sometimes I do, but yeah, last night I was the heckler of the group on Eric's channel, Big E's Auto. I don't know what got into me. I just thought I'd share it over and we could all try to get him distracted from what he was trying to do. And it worked out pretty well. He's not that great at reading comments, talking to you guys, and providing content he's going after. I got his train of thought so far left. It was really fun. Nice. Got a little bit of coffee here. Now what? Now what are we gonna do? I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in and we're gonna meet the 10 goats. I can't remember for the life of me, because we have a lot of goats coming in and out, what other goats came from this farm that we already got these goats from. I can't remember. If I've ever mentioned going to Anvil to pick up goats, that's where I picked these goats up, Anvil. I just don't remember any of the goats that we got from there because I don't have very good bookkeeping. I'm not a good bookkeeper. You didn't miss anything. Sarah did not pick up her new goat. Sarah Young, are you on here? We keep saying, keep it a secret, keep it a secret. Who are you taking? Which goat's leaving? Which one's going to your farm? Hey, interesting fact though, which isn't gonna mean much to you guys because I never actually released the story. But it's quite common for people to swindle other people out of goats. And what I mean by that is almost like the situation I was in with the bulls. And I might have dabbled on this topic just a little bit in the past. But, you know, I was in a position where I needed to find a good forever home for the bulls. And before Chuck and the boys, well, before Chuck went to Texas and Cinco ended up here, there was a gentleman that I thought I trusted, and you know, I needed to get him to a good home because I was in a bind. And it's very important as animal owners to always make sure that if it's time for you to say goodbye, you want to make sure they go to a good forever home. So Kim Januki brought it to my attention about a month and a half ago about this post online when somebody was looking for their goats that they had rehomed. They had given the goats away and they were just in a position where they couldn't have the goats anymore. So they got online, they looked for somebody who they thought they trusted, but the deal is you can't trust anybody in this market. It's really hard to trust people, and I suggest always doing some due diligence. Hop online, check out their address, go to their Facebook profile, look at their pictures, kind of do all of those things that you can do within your power, short of going to their house and inspecting unless you want to. But this post that I saw was this woman who rehomed her goats to somebody, and the gentleman promised, just like Sean promised me, I'll send you pictures. You can visit. It'll all be fine. Well, sadly enough, the lady was ghosted and she never saw her goats again. So she pressured the man. By the way, the guy's name is Luke Sonnen. I have no problems calling out somebody who I think is absolutely in the wrong. His name is Luke Sonnen. He used to be a two brothers in a pap farm or something like that. Well, to kind of wrap this story together, the funny part is I did my research off of that post. I actually talked to the woman on the phone. I did a phone interview about how she was swindled out of these goats. And eventually, because she was pressuring him for pictures, eventually he said, goats have been sold. That was it. And that was about a week and a half into owning the goats when he promised they were going to go live on his forever farm. So with a little bit of digging on the internet, we found Luke's property and we found these images. And here's what really broke my heart. What really broke my heart was I saw on his website a nice shelter with some very beautiful looking animals that looked to be very well taken care of. And this WordPress website was built in like 2017 or 19 or something like that. It's been a couple years. And then I went to Google Maps and I looked at this address and I did the street view where you can stand on the street and you can look in on the property, and the building that the sheep were in was completely fallen down. The sheep looked very malnourished and small. They were in the pictures of the Google Earth. If you go to Google Earth, you could actually see the animals without much of a shelter, and it didn't look right. It didn't settle well in my stomach. So I did more digging. I did more and more digging, and I found more people that this guy actually lied to in order to get these animals so he could flip them and sell them. And the reason I'm talking about this right now and not during like some big video I was going to put out is because, number one, I don't have time to finish the video right now, and by the time I do, I don't know, it's going to be a while. The strange thing is I picked up these 10 new goats last night, and it was on my way home that I made a turn onto Schoolhouse Lane, and I slowed down because the property to my left looked extremely familiar. And I came to a stop and I looked, and it's Luke's property. It's the house that I've been looking at on Google Maps. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the same house. So I crept forward. There was a gentleman standing on the porch looking at me. I can assume it was his dad, brother, or himself. And I drove and crept up to the pasture where there used to be a beautiful shelter and there used to be beautiful looking animals. And I witnessed just a variety of animals in this pasture without a sufficient shelter. And my gut just started churning, and it brought me back to this moment of this woman who is looking for her goats, which unfortunately is probably too late, because if you sell or give away your goats to a man like that who's looking for a deal, there's nothing illegal about what he's doing. I don't want you guys to hop on there and dox him. I don't want anybody to get out there and harass this guy. This is not your job to harass anybody. It's my job to make people aware about the animals, because I fell into the same trap. I fell into the same trap because I felt like I needed to find a new home for these guys, and I was lied to, and I should have done more due diligence. I should have looked at the property. I shouldn't have pressured somebody, and I did. Now, I'm not to blame for somebody else's nasty behavior, but to actually lie to somebody, is it illegal? That's a gray area. That's a gray area because it's called theft through deception. The problem was they were sold. They were sold to this guy. I gifted my bulls to Sean Eden on one condition. They live happily ever after. And he knew those conditions. The difference between what this woman did and what I did was she put them on Craigslist for sale. Once you do that, he purchased them. And at that point, maybe even if he promised them they're going to live a happy ever after life, I'm not sure if he stays in the same category as Sean does, because Sean clearly broke the law. Is 100% illegal what he did. But there is a ring, a group of people in the Grantville, Annville area out there in Harrisburg that live in this area that do nothing but buy and sell animals for profit. That is how they're making their money. The saddest part for me was reading and looking at this gentleman's website back when his pap, he called him, and him and his brother started getting into these animals. And it seemed like a very awesome, legitimate father-son type business. They talk about raising healthy animals. They talk about the love they have for the animals, talk about having some butcher animals, but going from what they have on their original website to what they're doing now is night and day. That website should be pulled down because they are flipping animals at the auction. Do you know how simple it is to load up If Luke's animals on his property are malnourished and not taken care of, a call should be made in to save those. I drove by for about 45 seconds. I cannot give you my 100% professional opinion. I can tell you that it didn't look like this. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is people are just evil. Some people are evil, and they'll lie to your face to get what they want, to lie in their own pockets, because that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. But anyways, I drove by that property last night, and I figured I had to share it with you guys. I didn't even plan on sharing it, but it just dawned on me what happened last night. But yeah, I did pick up 10 new goats last night, and we're gonna go and say hello to them. I'm not I'm not done researching. Uh, I don't think those animals are staying there on that property for a long time. I think it's in for a week or whatever until the next, because they have a weekly auction out there, and they move them to the next, but I'm not certain. I don't live there. I don't see what's going on. All I know is what I was told from two other people and the research that I've done, right? So I can't go in there, start tooting the horn about malnourished, but I can tell you my gut feeling, and looking at that operation for that short amount of time and looking at the Google images, I deducted that they are getting the bare minimum to make it to auction. They are getting their water and their bare minimum feed, and they don't need much shelter because they're just there for a short amount of time before they get shuffled on out. Again, I don't have any proof of this. Just my observations and what people have told me. So that's that. That's Pep right there, by the way. Courtyard seems empty, probably because it's hot out already this morning. I do not buy goats from auctions anymore. We used to when we first started doing this goat snuggling business. And listen, I mean, I've had animal control called on me. We've had the township out at our property, not here, but at the other one. We've had people think that we didn't have the proper structure or infrastructure or care for our animals, and we've been down that road, and I know how badly it sucks, and it really just comes down to one person complaining and arguing. But I don't sell my goats at the auction. I do my due diligence, and I look at their E360, which is their zoning, and make sure they can have them. And I do street view, and I do all that kind of stuff. But we don't sell or buy at the auction anymore. Buying at the auction is a rare occasion. If we feel like we want to save one of them, we will. But there's a reason that goats or animals in general will end up at the auction. A lot of times a farmer will notice something wrong with one of the animals, and it's a lot easier to take them to the auction to sell them than it would be to euthanize them. That's a hard pill to swallow right there, to know it's time to euthanize, when at least they could take them to the auction and make a couple dollars before they say their goodbyes. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go in there, but one more thing, and brace yourself for this. Brace yourself for this fact. Or in the early days, I did used to go to the auctions, and we would buy the goats, and there was an auction called, and this might get me in trouble a little bit, and maybe it's known, maybe it's already known to the public, maybe people know this. But there's an auction called New Holland, and I've only ever been there one time. I drove out on their auction day. I had called previously to ask if they had baby goats for sale. And this New Holland auction, people bring their animals from across the country, like thousands of miles across the country. So I get there to New Holland, and I'm used to going to auctions, or I was used to going to these auctions where I could walk up to the animal pens and preview the animals before I decided to make a bid on them. Well, everything was kind of buttoned down. I got there early. There were thousands and thousands and thousands of animals crammed inside of these pens, nose to nose, butt to butt. And there was no way to preview any of these animals. First off, they didn't allow you into the barns to walk in there and preview them. What you have to do is sit in the arena and wait for each animal to come out. And you get to view that animal for the 30 seconds that it's out there while they're whacking it in the butt or poking it and prodding it and moving it on, and then you win and blah, blah, blah. Well, I was, these are huge barns, and I'm thinking to myself, there's got to be a way to take a preview on these baby goats, right? They got to have some of them there. So I walked behind the building. You couldn't park back there. You couldn't drive back there. And like I said, you're going to have to brace yourself for what I'm about to tell you, but this was so heartbreaking because when I walked down, it was probably 100 yards deep to get to the back of the building, and it was another 50 yards in. And I didn't notice anything at first, but I'm walking back, and I'm trying to peek over the walls and in the stalls, and I'm just hearing, bah, bah, all these animals. And I gave up. I gave up to look at any because it was impossible. But when I turned around and I looked behind the truck, there was a pile of unalived sheep, goats, horses, whatever. There was a pile of animals that was taller than I was laying there. Because after transport, let's say you're driving from Texas or California to come to New Holland to sell your animals, well, some of them get sick. A lot of them get sick. And they throw them in a ginormous pile. I don't know what happens to them after that. But that's where they stockpile them, behind the barn. So just so you know, and like I said, that's probably going to get me in trouble for talking about that. Or maybe it's public knowledge. I don't know. But it's an experience that I had, right? Pile of dead animals. Now, do you blame that on the auction house? I don't think so. I think they're providing a service. Ultimately, it really does come down to the fact that these farmers are selling their animals for one reason or another, and usually that means they're sick, or God forbid they come down with a case of ORF or something highly contagious, and then they get shoved inside of these cages and these stalls with all these other healthy goats or animals in general. And then what happens? I buy a cute little goat that I think is safe, and it's not, because now it's been exposed to CL or ORF or Jones disease or something that is way more horrible than a cold or a runny nose or a little bit of coccidia that we can treat with some medicine. You never know what you're getting at the auction. If they're dying before they ever end up making it out to the floor, then you know that you probably shouldn't be buying from there. So, it's sad, but I'm going to say this for a fact. Auctions like that exist as meat auctions. People go there to buy these goats or these cows to get them butchered ASAP. They can't even keep them alive long enough, most of the time, to even keep them as a pet. And by the time they were to go through any medical procedures to try to save them from whatever they've caught there, it's not cost effective anymore. So that's where most people go, and a lot of restaurants go, believe it or not, to pick up their meat. They've got themselves a butcher. They've got themselves, people from New York come down, and that's where they buy. So kind of sad, and whatever. Hey, they cook it, and the meat isn't necessarily diseased, guys. It's the immune system of the animal. And yes, it's true. It is true. The auction houses are not allowed to slaughter, but that's why they have slaughterhouses basically in their back pocket, right? I know you're depressed, and I'm sorry. And I did give you a little warning that what you were going to hear is not going to be that pleasant. It's not. But that's a sick world we live in. It is. Ready to see some goats. Where you going?
Change shirts because sweating.
It's, what time is it?
I don't know, 8 something.
He's got to change his shirt already at 7:40. It's that sweaty.
He's getting worried about sweating all this tattoo in.
Oh, he doesn't want to sweat the tattoo off. It's a good choice. All right. I was just trying to catch a few comments here. Jay, please do Angel Watch today. We all need a distraction so bad. Yeah. I don't know. Does Andy want to show his tattoo work? I'm not sure. I don't want to put him on the spot. I can ask him. Megan, you can drive over here anytime you want and see your girl. If I see her, I'll see her. I'm not chasing her down. I'm going to go show my 10 new goats. This is all for me this morning. I'm sorry I'm not sharing it. Well, okay, fine. I'll share a little bit with Pep. Come on, Pep. Let's go. You're the only goat I know that loves his coffee. I was going to be greedy. But I wasn't. There you go. There, okay, yep. Watch your teeth. You're going to crack your teeth on that. So, they asked, and it's totally up to you, if they could see your tattoo work.
It's not really worth showing right now. It's all covered in stuff.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
It's all covered in derm shield and it's leaking, so.
The answer is no. But don't worry. One day.
It is permanent. So.
It is permanent. He can't hide it. It's permanent. Nan, how you doing? Hi, Grace. How you doing? Hello, everybody. Where's Trinity? I'm not going to go looking for her, but she's around. Hi, Tansy. Hi, Mojito. Hello, how are you? Hello, Princess. Hello, Ombre. Hello, goats. They're in here where it's nice and warm. Cool. Not warm, cool. Thank you, Evelyn Irvin. We appreciate that very much. Thomas, why are you missing a couple tail feathers? Who did you tick off? Refresh. Who upset? Sarah Young, are we telling anybody yet? Who did you upset that took out your tail feathers, buddy? Who did that? What are we doing? All right, I am making a phone call this morning and I'm demanding an answer. I'm going to be honest with you. I still do not have an answer on Wilma's test results. What I can tell you is that the cyst that was on the side of her face is gone. She doesn't have the cyst there anymore. It is gone. I don't know. It didn't rupture. It just subsided and it went away. I'm going to go demand the answers today. Where are my test results? Because I'm tired of her being in quarantine. I was very, very close to letting her out yesterday. In fact, let's think about this really quick. And I'm gonna, you know what? Let's go in here. You'll get to see the new goats. Don't worry. Here's the thing. The cyst that we had on the mouth or on the jawline right here, the only possible thing that it could have been that would have been contagious is a thing called CL. And you can look up what CL is. Hello. She has no other illnesses or sicknesses, okay, guys? I want to let you know that Wilma is perfectly healthy and perfectly fine. She's not wasting away. She has a good diet. She doesn't have any cold symptoms. CL is only contagious if a cyst ruptures off of their face. It's the only time they're contagious, right? She doesn't have a cyst anymore on her face. Come here. Come here. It's okay. She's not liking me right now because I'm the one that sticks a needle in her face to draw the pus out. That was me. Hello. Come here. It's okay. I should have brought you a muffin. Hi. Oh, she heard the word muffin. Hi, girl. Come here. Yeah. Hi. So I want you guys to look at her face. You can notice that the cyst is gone. Hi. Hello. So that realistically means I can take her out of quarantine. She has no risk of rupturing the cyst, even if it is CL. I'm just half hesitant to do it. But even the vet, when he came out during health check day, said, I highly doubt this is CL. Now the cyst is gone. It just subsided. I think it is time for me to go ahead and put her back with the rest of them. Right? Let's see what my wife says real quick. Honey, what do you think? Oh, that stinks. Wow. My bestie once brought in a new goat to my herd. The breeder lied about CL in a herd. It spread to all my herd and effectively ended my daughter's showing goats in 4-H. Wow. Wow. We did look at the tooth. We looked at the mouth. We couldn't see anything there. They can just get a boil. It is possible. Let's play devil's advocate real quick. If the results come back even as positive for CL, she's not contagious right now. There's nothing to rupture, okay? There's no bump there anymore. It's completely gone. Right? It's completely gone. This thing was sticking out to here. There's from where I sprayed it out. I think call the vet first. All right. So we'll go with what my wife says. She thinks we should call the vet first. She's already. It's not ORF at all. ORF is something completely different. So with what the wife says, I was about ready to let her out right now. But if the vet gets the results today, we'll let her out. Whew. Sorry. Whoa. Okay, I'm good. Kind of got up off my knees a little bit too fast there. All right, I put these guys over here. What is that? Who? What? Oh, you got. Oh, hello. I did not show Bo yet. Your little voices. Let's go. I don't have good lighting over here in the back of the barn. Hello, guys. Hi. Oh my goodness. They're not all friendly. No, that's not Odin. That's one of the new guys. I'm going to try to put a flash on here. I hear you, buddy. Let's meet these guys. I'm coming in. I'm stepping over. You know how old are they? They're all around 9 to 10 weeks old. I don't have a light back here. What a bummer. Come on. I'm coming in. Oh, I have a double gate system here that's working now. we are gonna have to do pictures of the goats. At some point today, Lauren will have to come out here and we're gonna have to do pictures of the goats. Yes, indeed. All right, I'm gonna have to figure out how to capture some of them. I'm gonna capture all of them and we're gonna show you their faces on all 10 of them, okay? All right, you ready? Got one. Let's get a light in here, a little bit better of a light. Oh, I'm attempting something. Oh, stay, stop it. Ooh. There you go. Say hello. Say hello. This is goat number 1. Very beautiful colors. Kind of reminds me of Trinity a little bit. Brown eyes. All right, and it's a boy. It's a boy. You can't see the colors without a nice light like this. Hello. Hi. Hi. All right, that's number 1. I'm gonna get another one. Let's tell goat stories. You remind me of Brawny. Just your colors remind me of Brawny a little bit, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Hi there, pretty with the blue eyes. Pretty with the blue eyes. Hello. Let's look at some colors. A couple speckles on the sides right here. If you fall in love with any one of these goats and you want to name one of them, you can email me and we're going to be pimping out their names. I'm going to be charging. I'm just telling you, I got to make some money. He said, talk to the hoof. Yeah. So this is a girl. This is a little girl. All right, next. Coming on up. Now this one is very, very small. This one's very small. Makes me a little worried that there might have been just a slight amount of coccidia, which is normal. I'm not blaming the farm that they came from at all. Okay, but body size and condition, very, very teeny. Like very lightweight compared to the other ones. Little bonier on the backside. So I'm gonna use some cord pellets. Yes, smaller than Mabel. And it's a girl. It's a little girl. Hello, little girl. How are you? Hello, little girl. How are you? The plan and the point was I could have gotten these goats a while back, but I didn't want them as bottle babies. So I told the guy, listen, you must keep them for at least until they're weaned and eating solids. They need to be eating solids. If I have to put them back on the bottle, I will. Or on the bottle, I will. Hi. Let's get another one. That was 3. Let's get number 4. Ugh. My sister is calling me. Hello? Yeah. Well, I think you need to just find yourself a little campground and just set up somewhere for a day or two and relax. Well, where are you at now? Huh? You're in Tennessee. Go to the state line and cross over if you don't want to be in Tennessee, but pick a spot. Go and you've been on the road and you've been traveling, you've been going for so much time, you haven't had time to sit and contemplate and think and relax with your dog. So just go somewhere. Yeah. 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 Yeah, well these hip campsites are cheap, so I sent you the app, the link. You can go on there and kind of pick and choose whatever's closer to you. That's a good question. Don't always. Just kind of have to. Sometimes you just have to keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry, Erica. Be patient. Love you. Bye. Wow. So this is not a pygmy goat. This looks a lot like a pygmy. I even said that yesterday when I went and picked them up. I was like, this one's got a lot of pygmy look. When I talk about pygmies looking like Gandalf, this is the one right here. This is what they look like. Little gray in the coat like that. But you have the long Nigerian dwarf legs, so not a pygmy. Not a pygmy. Just pygmy colors. Next! This is a solid one. Oh, I forgot to check. I forgot to check if that was a boy or a girl. Let me look. A boy with very small balls. Okay. Hey. Sit. Good. I know. I'm sorry. You're beautiful. We have a couple that look like you. You won't be completely left out. Oh, look at that. Look at the mole. Or like a wattle that grew in the wrong spot. I noticed that yesterday too. I just didn't remember it was this goat right here. This is I don't know if it's a wattle. It's covered in hair. It looks like a wattle, like a little pom-pom. You got the little pom-pom on there. It's a side wattle. Oh, how cute is that? Cindy Crawford. Is that your name? Cindy Crawford? Oh, let's see, boy or a girl? It's a girl. It's a girl. Say hello. Say hello to all my friends. A model. Say hello to all my friends. They're all over the world. Go ahead, tell us some goat stories. Ooh. Healthy girl too. Nice and healthy. Nice and healthy and chunky. All right. We got 5 more. 5 more. This is the one with the funny voice. This is the one we heard screaming with the funny voice. Say hello. You're pretty. Let me see if you're a boy or a girl first. It's a girl. It's a girl. Let's see your face. Blue eyes, horns, squeaky voice. They have like 20 horses and they got a big barn and lots of property. So the place that I got these guys from, we bought from in the past. I just can't remember who it was. They've got a good setup. They got a good setup. And I like the fact that they'll sell them all to me, minus the ones they really fall in love with. So there you go. There you go. I don't know what we're doing here. Are we just posing? Is this your side pose? Like, beautiful. All right, we got 4 more. Hey, buddy. You look a lot like the first one, just not quite. This is a boy. Say hello. Hi, colorful. They don't do goat snuggling. There's not a lot of people that do goat snuggling. We get calls from around the world asking, do you do goat snuggles here? And we're like, no. Do you know anybody that does them here in California or Missouri or wherever they're calling from? And we're like, no, sorry, we don't. We don't. Hello. Hi, boy. Aww. Aww. He snuggled right on in. Does it make you feel safe? A couple of them are gonna need a little bit of work. Oh. Hi. All right, down you go. 3 more. 3 more. This is another smaller one that I'm slightly worried about because we actually have evidence of a little bit of crusty butt. Not a problem, but again, body score kind of bony, kind of small. Again, not a problem. We're just going to put out a bowl of medicated feed, give them an oral drench or 2. I mean, they look very healthy other than 2 of them, I think, are just a little bit skinnier. That also could be just simply from food aggression. It could be the other ones pushing these small guys out of the way, and then they don't get quite as much, right? So there's 2 of the smaller ones. And that's a little boy, too. That's a little boy right here, very light. You're so small. How are you? How about your goat story? Tell us your goat story. Tell us a scary goat story. Hi. Hello. Oh, nibble my ear. Go ahead. How does somebody find a snuggle baby goat place in their state? Well, you know, it's not like it's something that's mainstream yet, so you're going to be having a hard time. You might find it. Just call a local farm and ask if you can go. It's a secret. He wants to whisper. What do you want to tell me? You want to tell me something? Hello. Oh. So there's the colors. We call this a Pretty much a tricolor, I guess, with a little buckskin. You got whites, browns, and blacks all around. Aw, all right. We're down to the last two. Last two. Now, I think this brings our herd size to what? Something like 220 or 230 goats? Guys, tell me how many goats I have now. You can assist me in that. Oh, you need socialization. You need socialization. You're gonna be fine. Still too many goats. I agree. Now, I had promised and locked these up like 2 months ago. So 3 months ago, I don't know. It's been a while. It's been the work. These are the last ones that we're getting for the summer. We're not adding any more to the herd. No more goats to the herd. This is it. We're done. We're finished. Because guess what? We have like 40 due September, October. This is a girl. This is a little girl. Hello. I think this one's got the scariest goat stories to tell out of all of them. You got a scary goat story? We should use hold on. I'm gonna cheat, but we're gonna do it. I need a scary goat story. All right. You ready for my goat story? All right. The goat that wasn't bleeding. B-L-E-A-T-I-N-G. The goat that wasn't bleeding. They say there's an old barn at the edge of Temple where no goat dares to tread. Not since the goatening of 73. Back then, a Billy named Bartholomew. Bartho to two friends was the alpha of the herd, strong and stoic, beard like a wizard. But pride goeth before the fall, and Bartho wasn't just great, he thought he was the goat. Greatest of all time to you humans. One stormy night he wandered into the forbidden stall, the one chained shut with a sign that read, "Do not bleat in here after dark." But Bartho, full of himself and bloat, let out a defiant yell. Okay, perfect. The lights are flickering. Things are getting crazy with our goat story. Things are getting scary around here. That's when the wind died, the lightning froze in the sky, and the low voice whispered through the hay. "You called?" Out stepped a creature that looked goatish, but wasn't. Its hooves hovered, the pupils spiraled, and the horns curved backwards like question marks, as if reality itself double existed. That night, Bartho disappeared. All they found was a hoof print burned into the floor. Now, every full moon, one goat in the herd begins screaming into the night, not bleating, but screaming. And if you go near the old stall at midnight, you'll hear the cursed whisper, "Who's the goat now?" They say the only way to stop it is to offer up a sacrificial bucket of grains and say the words, "Not all who bleat are blessed." There's our official goat story. Was it scary? Was there a goat named Bartholomew? Don't bleat in there after midnight, okay? Are you laying down now? Are you laying down now? I put her into a trance with my goat story. What are we doing here? Sleeping? Sleeping on the job? Wake up. Wake up. Okay. One last goat. You ready? The funniest thing is that a lot of the times the scariest goats... Hey, Evie! Knock it off! Oh gosh, Evie is over here trying to break into this area. I'm trying to keep it now. Evie, no. The funniest thing is that a lot of times the scariest goats, the ones that are not as friendly, are the easiest to snuggle because they get into this petrified state in your arms. They're like, they freeze up, they get scared, and once you got them locked into place, they're like, I'm gonna just freeze. It's the fight or flight response. Hey buddy, you are beautiful. You're beautiful. Are you a girl or a boy? Let's find out. Oh! We got a fighter on our hands. It's a girl! It's a girl. Hey, stop, lady. Lady. Say hello. Thank you for saying hello. We appreciate that. Hi, lady. A lot of these goats look like Trinity. Don't they? There's only one Trinity here. There's only room for one pretty goat. Because Oreo takes up too much space in the barn. Tell it. Tell the story. Tell the story. Tell us all about it. Did you know Bartholomew too? Ah! All right, we're done. We're done. Those are the new goats of the SFF. 10 new goats, and I picked them up last night. We'll be probably doing some sort of naming thing later. I'll be honest with you, I'm going to charge you if you want to name a goat. If you don't, that's fine. We've got a bucket full of names and collars that my wife has already put together. We just give you guys the opportunity to name one and the opportunity for us to recoup some of the costs. These goats cost us $1,800 in total, so we averaged $180 a piece. We're going to give them the best socialization that we can. We're going to give them the best health that we can. We're going to make sure that they're healthy and strong. We're going to feed them good. And then what happens is during the summer events, we'll have them the adoption book, and we're going to look for nice forever homes for them with people that aren't going to lie to us. And we do a take back, no questions asked policy. If you end up with some of our goats and you just can't take care of them, we would rather take them back right here. Okay? No questions asked. But yeah, and if they're girls, we're building up our breeding program to the point where we wouldn't have to purchase goats anymore. It's very expensive. That's our biggest overhead, obviously. That and vet stuff, medicines and whatnot. So if we can get to the point where we become a closed herd and we're breeding all of our own goats, then I think that would be much, much more economical and healthier for the entire herd. Correct, Cheryl. 50 for the boys and 100 for the girls. You are correct about that. I have one goat that's jumped onto the hay bale behind me, nibbling on my shirt. So this is the one that's going to be the easiest to socialize because it's already come over to me on its own accord to say hello, right? And we're nibbling. Yes, closed herd is a great goal, right? Have all the babies we need born on our own farm. So I can return stubs. You're dumb. No way. Ain't no chance. It's been years. But yes, we would take stubs back. Think about what happened with Dusty and Freedom and that other one. Dusty, Freedom, and the other black one that was on this morning. I forgot her name. Anyways, yeah, they had goats for over a year. Nelly, 2 years, and they wanted to return them, and so we took them back. So I don't think you ever would, though. Sarah, are we ready to tell the world who you're taking home yet? Are we ready to tell the world who's going back? Who's going to your little farmette? Noisy. You're noisy. Up to me. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's not. All right, let me talk to my wife. It'll give us a reason to make another video later today because we're behind. Because I didn't do much yesterday. I just fell out of the algorithm. Plink, I'm out of the algorithm. Now I got a lot of work to catch up. I got things to do. What the heck did Andy say? Always. Am I gonna put him as a? Oh, you know what? I have never done. No. Why? Why can't I see it? I don't see your comment. Okay. 1 second. Maybe I need to put it on all comments. Live chat. Well, that's my time. My wife is calling me. Let's see what she has to say. Hello?
Hey, just reminding you have to take the girls.
Oh, I gotta leave in 10 minutes.
Yeah, you forgot, huh?
I did forget.
I'm already over at the eye doctor with Mom.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I gotta stop for some medicated feed and I need milk, so I'll be doing that on my way back.
Okay.
What time are you coming back?
Whenever her appointment's done.
Because I got Stone coming also, and we got to pay the guy in cash.
Yeah, and I'm at mercy of the doctors. I don't know.
All right. Well, I don't think it's coming till 10.
Okay. Do you want me to stop and get the milk so you can get home sooner?
You
I
also
need to get medicated feed at where do you get it?
Tractor Supply,
Then you can just go right home.
milk, and medicated feed. We need like 6 gallons.
Okay. What is the medicated feed called, or what makes it? I don't know.
Corid. It's Corid. It's pelletized Corid. It's next to the jug of Corid, but it's in little pellets.
Okay.
It's white and with red lettering. It looks very similar to the bottle. Same manufacturer.
All right. Just one bag.
Yeah, just one for now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
There we go. Okay, guys. I guess I gotta go too. Hello. Hi, little one. Hi, little goats. Say bye. Say bye-bye. See you later. Bye. We love you. Thanks for joining us every morning. See ya. Bye. Oh, you want to see Bo real quick? Bo is on it. Let's go see. Hold on. I've put up my second fencing here. Two layers of fencing. So I do have a plan, guys. I have a plan. Most of my plans don't always come to fruition, unfortunately. It's just the way it is. But this plan doesn't seem too far-fetched. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too difficult to accomplish. My plan would be, I think, hopefully you can hear me, I think that there needs to be an entire other feeding station. So as you know, this middle school right here, we kick everybody out of the middle school and then only allow the small goats to get through. But as you notice, there's a couple of goats that are slightly larger than small goats. So there's still a decent amount of food aggression. And the issue would be that they also still need some grains because, you know, the full-grown goats over there, they can live directly off of the hay. Their rumen is 100% functional. These guys are in-betweeners where the rumen, you know, is still developing. So if we have this area for grain feeding, but yet we still have some teeny weeny babies, I want to put a gate from that post to that post with a really small hole. Only the little teeny guys like this right here can run through there. Now Yahtzee and Rummy, their mom stopped feeding them. Once we put them out there in the Gen Pop, mom says, nope, I'm done. I'm not feeding you anymore. So they need 2 feedings of grains a day to cover what mom's not giving them. And so by putting a gate here across with a very small opening, we can then grain feed goats over here twice a day for the littles, once a day for the mediums, and nothing for the big ones until winter time comes. So I do want to do that. That is a plan that only requires a gate that I can purchase, so I don't have to build a gate, with a little modification. Hello, guys. Hello. Hi, Reese's Cup. How are you? God bless Texas. Absolutely so hard to watch all that stuff online about what's going on in Texas, and just makes me sad. Bo, what are you doing? Get up. It's time to do the farm chores, buddy. Come on, Bo. So this is Bo. Look at that. Up on his own. I honestly didn't think I'd see that. I didn't get. Hey, Bo. I mean, we're right next to the router. Oh, he just burped, so we know his rumen is working. He just burped. Hi, Bo. So Bo's old owner is coming here to the farm this morning to visit. Yay! Yay! Your mommy's coming to visit. Your mommy's coming. Yeah. So he's got to put on some more weight. That's what happens when you get when you get coccidia. You know, you lose a little bit of weight. His appetite was low for a while, and he's growing. He's getting stronger every day. Yay! Bye again. Bye again. All right, everyone. Oh, thanks again. We'll see you. I gotta run take my child to art camp. Right? Art camp. Guys, take a look at how big these birds are getting. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how big these birds are getting. They're practically full-grown birds. Ah! Jerk. Jerk. All right. I'm out. See ya.